Yeah, we're going to do something a little bit more fun today. We're going to do a mixture of sort of unknown underground pieces, mostly, rock, R&B. So if you're into that, yeah, it's going to be interesting. There's going to be some stuff you've heard and definitely some stuff you haven't heard. But I think it's all on the same bar, all on the same sort of level. This one's a little off the beaten track a little bit. This one's Switzerland band, Basel, Switzerland. I think this is their second album called Tomorrow Blue. And I forgot to put a picture up of Wet Willie, but yeah, I'm going to put some pictures up of these guys. But yeah, the name of this band's Toad, 1972, off the album Tomorrow Blue. We had Vic Vergeet on vocals and guitar. He wrote the song. Green Ham, that's the name of the song. Werner Froelich on bass. Cosimo Lampis on drums. And Helmut Lipski on violin. All very interesting names. And the bass and drums used to play with a band you may know or may not know called Brain Ticket. Very kind of experimental group, I believe. Out of, I don't know if they're out of Switzerland, but certainly that area. So again, this is a tune, Toad. I came across them at some point, and I was like, that's some interesting stuff. I mean, you can hear the influences a little bit. What you can't define them specifically, whether it was the classic rock of that period, whether it was American bands, British bands, but they're in there. They're in that field, they're in that orbit. But they got a little bit of, they got their own coolness. So we're going to do, this one's called Green Ham. Toad. Here we go. Okay, only because they got some different parts in here, and I want to. That was really so. It's got violin, guitar, doing unison harmony parts. It's kind of reminiscent of like a Dixie Dregs, or a little bit of progressive, almost like progressive Southern rock. You're gonna hear something else I played later, a different band. Got the same sort of like the melody. I don't know if it's a melody, but they're doing some. They got some lines there. I don't know if that's almost like it's hard to say. Is that, country, rock? Is that kind of progressive? But yeah, the melody is really cool. I like it. It's a long line. It's not just, basic. So let me rewind that a little bit. Let's listen to it again, but very cool. Infectious. Okay. I feel like they're going to take a different direction now. Just want to say, yeah, so they went into from that very detailed little harmony part there, which I'm dying to try to figure out what that's a similar piece or similar tune around that time from another piece of music. But it's almost got, yeah, it's got a very, it's classical line, it's very it's very modal, but it's really cool. And then they go into this, very standard blues, like the tone's overdriven, like to crazy amount. And so it's kind of an interesting transition. But then they went back to this again, and now I think they're going to go in a different direction. Let me rewind it a little bit, and let's hit that. So far, minute and 44, and they've done so much. Blind Faith. Oh, gorgeous violin. Yeah, God, that violin, was that Helmut Lipsky. That violin is so good. I love his playing. The tone is great. It sounds like, it's kind of like if you could hear, Jethro Tull and the influence of the flute in the material. But it was in violin, that'd be fabulous. I could hear that acoustic. Oh, it's been such a while since I heard Blind Faith, but it's that progression. It's just like a C, kind of bass, walking down, bass line down to a C to B flat, maybe to the G, and then back to the C. But a nice progression, very melodic, but the violin sounds great, and the classical guitar that comes in there behind it, leading up to the violin entering, love it. So, they had started off with violin, electric guitar clean, doing harmony parts, and then really dirty guitar doing sort of a blues, roughing it up a little bit, coming back to that harmony, and then going into like classical guitar and violin, very groovy, and then building it up back into the electric guitar, distorted, and then just finishing out. Love this song, and they've got some other really good tunes. This is not the album cover. That's called Tomorrow Blue. I just liked it because it's Toad. But let's see. Yeah, here they are here. There's only 3 of them, so I don't know if Helmut is not in there but it's got Vic Vergeet again on vocals and guitar, wrote the song. Werner Froelich on bass, Cosimo Lampis on drums. That's probably them. And then they brought in the violin for this special track. I don't think they play on every track. Again, Toad from Switzerland, 1972. Did some really cool music. And if you like, music of that period, obviously most people, they pick something out of the 70s, early 70s, whether it's classic rock or Motown or progressive rock. Lots of good music to listen to. So, I would recommend going across the ocean and hearing some of their output, because it's really interesting. Appreciate it, and we'll see you down the road. Take care.